Hey, what's up? John Sonmez here from simpleprogrammer.com. And it's almost Halloween time. Actually, by the time you're watching this video, it should be right about Halloween. I'm trying to get this video out before Halloween, so hopefully it is before Halloween. Anyway, I want to talk to you about something that's kind of interesting. So this is a time of year when I'm typically in my best shape ever. I typically lose the most weight, and I'm typically as cut as I ever am. I usually have the lowest body fat of all year round, and that usually extends up into November and December. Now, you're going to think that this is kind of strange because, you know, Halloween, right? And then you've got Thanksgiving, and then you've got Christmas. And, you know, this is when most people gain weight, and it's when they go into, quote, hibernation mode. But I want to tell you why. I think it's interesting if you think about the psychology of this, and I'm hoping that this is something that's going to help you, because if you're struggling with laziness, if you're struggling with discipline, or, you know, perhaps to some degree lack of motivation, or really it's more follow through. I think a lot of you might even have motivation, but then the holidays come around, or it doesn't have to be the holidays, but something comes around in your life, and pretty soon you're off of that discipline wagon, right? And it seems like you're so easily pushed off of it. So before I get into that, I do want to point you to some videos. Actually, we'll put it on this side, which is, I have a laziness playlist, which I think you're going to find pretty useful here. But so let's talk about this. Why do you think that it is that I end up being in my best shape at the time when most people are in their worst shape, right? What is it that causes that, right? So, you know, I've thought about this a lot. I thought it was kind of funny at first because I would look every year, and I've been tracking my weight, my stats for probably the last 5 or 6 years, like on a daily basis. I've got a scale that, you know, puts the body fat percentage, and even though it's not super accurate in my weight, but I can see where I'm at, you know, pretty much every day. I also check like my blood glucose level pretty much in the morning, every morning. So I track a lot of things over a large period of time, and I'm looking for patterns, right? I'm also looking at photos, and I'm saying, okay, what was I doing at this time, right? Because a lot of the things that I do it by feel. Okay, and so I go back and I look at data, and I say, how did I feel? And I can see how things are working, and that's how I am able to progress, at least with my fitness. I've been able to really figure out a lot of my fitness based on that. But, you know, this video is not really about fitness, right? So why do you think it is, right? I mean, take a moment and think about why would it be that around what's probably the most difficult time of the year to lose weight and stay shape, that John Sonmez, the fucking Bulldog, right? You know, if you see my video on being a fucking Bulldog, you can check that one out. But why would it be that I would lose weight or stay in shape during that time? So for me, what it turns out when I thought on this a lot, is that it's actually because I know that there's failure. I know that the temptation or that the risk is very, very high. And so I set myself up for success by creating rules for myself, right? But because if you know that there's danger, okay, and you're prepared for it ahead of time, you can set yourself up so that you're not going to fail and that you're not going to fall into the trap. So when Halloween rolls around, right, I'm not thinking about candy. I'm thinking about how to avoid candy. I'm thinking about how to get it out of my house. I'm thinking about how I don't want to participate in any kind of eating of candy at all. I'm not thinking, oh man, this is one of those great nights of the year where there's all kinds of really cool stuff to eat. I'm thinking the opposite. I'm thinking, look, there's enemies coming into my territory to fucking burn down my village. I'm gonna fucking set up a defense, okay? And so that's what I'm thinking. The same thing when Thanksgiving rolls around or Christmas rolls around, right? And all these holidays and holiday cookies and all of this stuff, right? I'm thinking the opposite. I'm thinking that there is someone coming into my fucking village to raise it, to burn it down to the ground. So how am I going to protect myself against that? How am I going to defend myself? And so I set up a plan. I set up a strategy. I purposely am on a diet program. I'm purposely being super strict. I'm purposely going the other way, right? If you're hungry, and you're tempted to, let's say, binge on some Halloween candy, okay? Because it's really easy to do. Instead of doing that, go for a fucking run. You know what I'm saying? Like, go and do something. Go to the gym and lift weights. Go, you know, eat. actually say, okay, fine, since I'm hungry, I'm fasting tonight, right? You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't have to be that extreme, but you want to go to some extreme, and what happens is that you feel like you get that momentum going for you, and not only have you overcome a temptation, but you've actually done something good in addition, which gives you an extra big pat on the back. It makes you feel good about yourself, which keeps that going, right? So you've prevented yourself from falling down a pit, okay? But not only have you prevented yourself from falling down a pit, but you've actually swung over it like in Pitfall, and you've gotten the diamond at the other side. Some of you that have never played Pitfall, you're not going to know what I'm talking about. But essentially, not only have you prevented something bad from happening, but you've actually got something good from happening. It's like not losing $20, but finding $20. You see what I'm saying? Like it's good to not lose $20. That's great. But it's better to not lose $20 and find $20, right, in your pocket, right? That's a better thing than just to not lose. You see what I'm saying? And a lot of people, I think, a lot of you might be playing the game just not to lose. You can't play the game just not to lose. You got to play the game to win. You know, if you're going to win the game, you got to play the game to win. So the thing is, like, if you're just playing not to lose, it's a recipe for disaster. If you're sitting there and you're like, okay, holidays are coming, I just got to make sure I don't screw up too bad. That's a decent, I mean, I'm all for damage control, right? I've done videos on damage control. You can see them on the channel, and I think that's a really a good thing to think about, but that's not enough. Just damage control, it's a passive way of winning, right? It's just defense, right? It's just playing not to lose. You don't want to do that. Instead of just damage control, instead of saying, okay, during the holidays, during this time, I'm gonna make sure that I don't lose too much ground. You want to attack it and go the other way. You want to run up the hill. You see what I'm saying? Like, you want to say, not only am I going to not lose my progress or not get real fat and eat all this junk, but I'm gonna make sure that during this time of the year, I'm doing extra workouts. I'm eating super clean and super strict. It doesn't mean that, again, now don't get me wrong. Am I gonna fucking pig out on Thanksgiving Day? Yeah, but that'll be like one day, right? You know, am I going to, you know, maybe, you know, have a nice Christmas dinner or something like that? Of course. I'm gonna eat some Toll House pie. You better freaking believe it, all right? So I'm gonna do that, but that's gonna be one day, and I'm gonna be lifting the day before. I'm gonna be, you see what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna make sure that I don't have an excuse for every single day, right? I'm going to be doing so much more extreme on the other days, but because I know, like I said, the enemy's coming to take me down. You understand what I'm saying? So the same thing, I think I've told you guys about this before, but I go to a lot of conferences. I go and speak at conferences or attend conferences, and when I'm traveling, I travel a lot, okay? It's really easy when you're traveling, especially when you're going to Vegas or something like that. I don't remember the last time I ate a buffet, and I don't remember the last time I ate a buffet, period, and I don't remember the last time I ate a buffet in Vegas, and I've been to Vegas a lot, okay? And I've been to places where there's buffets, or I've been to conferences where they cater a lot of food and like awesome stuff, and I eat one meal a day. I don't eat lunch there, okay? Even though they have this nice spread of food. Why? Because what I realized was that, you know, if I'm going to continually go to conferences or I'm traveling, if every time I make that excuse, then I'm gonna get fatter every single time, right? I'm not gonna be hitting my goals. So instead, when I go to a conference, whenever I travel, okay, my goal is to come back better than I left. So I actually put in a little bit of extra work. I actually make my diet a little bit stricter, right? It doesn't mean that I don't go out one night and have something to eat, but my goal is to always come back better, right? So again, when I come through the holidays, when I come through October, November, December, my goal is to start January 1st even better, right? I don't wait till January 1st. See, a lot of you are going to wait till January 1st and you're going to say, okay, now I'm going to get in shape. Now I'm going to get serious. No, my game plan is not just to play to stop myself from losing, right? It's to actually win. I'm actually going to go overboard and make sure that I'm actually making progress during that time. So anyway, I hope this helps you. This is just one of those psychological hacks, one of those mindsets that you have to have if you want to, you know, prevent yourself from falling at the places where other people fall. Because if you look at it as a pattern, right, when you see other people falling, okay, and you see yourself falling in the past, you can't just play defense. You have to actually have a game plan that is going to help you to win. And so in order to do that, you got to go overboard sometimes. You got to go the extra mile. You got to make sure. And that's why I always end up being making more progress during those holidays than I do during the other parts of the year. So, all right, one last thing here, you guys. So I know a lot of you are like, oh damn, fuck, what is this? This video begins at shirt. Okay, so I got to say something about this video begins at shirt, right? Okay, so. You guys, I really appreciate. I mean, you guys remember the controversy with it. If you were around for the controversy, I just can't point. Remember the point left. It's mirror image. So yeah, whatever. Okay. So anyway, if you remember the video, I've got a video on the video begins at and the response to that, and you know, I basically had asked. I said, hey, don't put in the comments, you know, video begins at and somewhere else. And some of you like. You know, you were awesome, right? Some people were dicks, and hopefully they're unsubscribed from the channel. But those of you that were awesome, not only did you start putting like, not only did you like give me support on this, but you put video begins at on some of the videos, right? So which was really cool. So I thought this is kind of cool. This is like this is kind of our secret code. This is like our show of solidarity. That's like your show of solidarity. It's like, yeah, you know, when I see that now, when I see any video that you guys comment, you say video begins at, I'm like, yeah, man, I get it. Like, we're totally, it's like solidarity. You know what I mean? Like, we're a tribe, right? Like, you get it, I get it. You know, I'm feeling the love. All right, all right. So, I thought it'd be kind of cool to make a shirt that said video begins at, that I'll wear sometimes, that you guys can wear if you want to show support for this. I don't know. You know, anyway, if you want the shirt, you know, I'm trying to, it definitely costs money to ship shirts and whatnot. So I'm making this shirt available. You can check it out. Like I said, I'm not making it super expensive here, but you can check out the shirt here. If you want to order one, you know, if you're excited about this, if you want to show your solidarity, kind of be part of this inside joke, you know, whatever it is, definitely go check it out, and yeah, get your own shirt. It's cool. It's made out of, you know, really cool material, as you can see, real comfortable shirt. So I made a super high quality, just like the Simple Programmer shirt that I've got, the standard one, the Trusted Process shirt. This one's also same quality, same kind of material. So it's really comfortable, and you know, if you got a nice build, it'll show it off nice too. So, all right, anyway, that's all I got for you guys today. If you haven't subscribed already, make sure you click that subscribe button below. Click the bell so you don't miss any videos. I'll talk to you next time. Take care.